Good morning. This is Seema Tamrakar, PGT Chemistry of Kevin number 2, Riva. And yesterday I have taught you integrated rate law for first order and in the previous class zero order. And I promised you all that today we are going to use this formula for the numerical purpose, and 5-mark question is asked on the basis of this. And yesterday, I have seen the live chat history, and I was so happy to see that even some of the students are so animal loving that they have written their name also on the name of animals. So happy if they are such a concerned person for the animals. And one request today I have that in the chat, you all will write the answers with me. And at the end, I will see the chat history and I will see whether you are learning or not. Please, this is a question session, right? And therefore, you cannot manage without the pen paper. Sit with the pen paper. In the very easy way, we are going to learn to solve the numerical questions and the other type of the questions, of course. Not only the numericals. On the basis of this, two main type of the questions which are asked in the CBSE exam as well as in the competitive exams, both we are going to discuss, and in the fingertips. It's my promise to all of you that in the fingertips, I am going to teach you how to solve the question in the seconds, not in the minutes, but in the seconds. So today, this is a very productive session, and you all please work out with me. Definitely the chapter will become so easy. The numericals which appear to be very difficult, and you all think that it is very time taking and you leave it. Chemistry is the most important tool for cracking all the competitive exams. So here I am going to show you how to solve the questions. For what purpose actually we have learned this all chapter. So I am going to start where I left yesterday, right? Yesterday, I have derived the formula of integrated rate law. K is equal to 2.303 T log A naught upon A and T half 0.693 upon K. And I have shown you how the first order reaction, for the first order reaction, half lifetime does not depend upon the initial concentration. Whatever you are going to take the concentration, there is no formula, no term for the initial concentration, so it is independent. But same time, I asked you to compare it with the zero order reaction. If you have done so far, it's very good. If you have not, I'm just going to show you. For the zero order reaction, the integrated rate law for the zero order, hero wala order, right? The integrated rate law was K is equal to A naught minus A upon T. Half lifetime period means when the half of the concentration of reactant is converted into the product, right? So what do you think? What will be the concentration of A at T half? Definitely, it will be half of the initial concentration, A naught, right? A at T half. T half, the time period when the reactant concentration becomes half to the original state, the initial, if at the beginning of the reaction at T is equal to 0, it was A naught. So at the half lifetime period means the time when the 50% reaction is completed. Whatever is the initial concentration of that, 50% converts into the product, right? So here the final concentration at the time T half will be 1/2. Now substitute this value. K is equal to A naught minus A naught by 2. It's as simple as you minus 5 out of 10. Initially 10, half lifetime, how much will be the concentration? 5, right? 10 minus 5, what will left here? 5, that is again 1 by 2 of the initial concentration. So what the equation you get here? K is equal to A naught upon 2T half. Or if I'm going to write it in the terms of T half, the equation will become T naught is equal to A naught by 2K. Here you can see the T half is directly proportional to the A naught. This was the concept I just wanted that you learn from your side, because self-learning is the best tool and you will remember it best. Now you can compare it that T half for the zero order reaction is A naught upon 2K. On the other hand, for the first order, it is equal to 0.693 K. बहुत 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 important term. The very important formula, especially when you want to solve the questions just by seeing, not by the calculation. Right? Some questions are oral. I can say these most of the numericals in the kinetics, especially for the NEET, JEE, where you don't need to write the steps for the marking, these two are going to be very, very useful. On the same side, you can see at the same time, I have written some values here. They are going to be very useful. You please note it down. Immediately you note it down with me and you will see how it is useful in solving the numerical questions. As I will take the questions, I will explain it better. T 50% means the time, right? When the reaction concentration becomes 50%, that is T half. 75, that means again one more half lifetime passed, 2T half. Similarly, for the completion of reaction, 87 time at when the 87.5% reaction completes, 3T half, 93.5, 4T half. अब बहुत मजेदार है ये वाला, बिल्कुल बहुत बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग. 90% 10/3 T half, 99% 20/3. That means just is the double. And T 99.9%, I think you cannot afford to forget this. It is the 10 times to the T half. Many questions in the many exams are asked on the basis of this. Right? So this was just quick revision session. I have just revised you with the formula because I'm going to use all this, right? That's why I have gone for a quick revision, right? The important formula that I'm going to use is for the first order, K is equal to 2.303 T log A naught upon A. Again, I just want to show you that it can be written in the many form, right? If you take that initial time is T1 and the final time is T2, right? So at that time, the form of the formula will be K is equal to 2.303 T2 minus T1. Whatever you are writing, this is the time interval only for the reaction, right? Log A1 upon A2. The concentration at A time interval T1 and the concentration of time interval T2. One more formula, so many times very widely used. Please note it along with me. Right now you will use it, right? This, if I take the reaction like A converted to the product P, at the beginning the concentration is A, at the time interval T it is A minus X. The X amount of the product is formed by the A. So definitely what will be the concentration left here? This will be, I'm just going to make it more visible, A minus X. X है simply आपने 10 ग्राम लिया, उसमें से 4 ग्राम प्रोडक्ट बन गया. How much it will be left? 10 minus 4. So here this is the A minus X. X is the amount that is converted. So one another format of writing the formula is 2.303 T log A naught upon A naught minus X. और हर जगह देख लीजिए, in all the three formula the common thing is there. T is the time interval, the upper side is always the initial concentration, it is always divided by the final concentration. Whatever the method, whatever the expression you are using, these are the formula that we are going to use in this live session. ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट. सिंपल से स्टार्ट करते हैं, बहुत इजी से. एंड रियली दिस इज द टाइम आई एम गोइंग टू कीप माई प्रॉमिस. इन द बिगिनिंग, इन द फर्स्ट क्लास, आई टोल्ड यू दैट we will learn in the very easy way. Same I am going to follow here. These are the tools for the numerical questions. Please take the screenshot or note it down, the formula, right? One more tool, take the screenshot, take your time. एक नीचे अलग से इंपॉर्टेंट आपको फॉर्मूला दिख रहा है. आई हैव नॉट डिस्कस्ड टिल इट नाउ. द लास्ट वन, दिस द अमाउंट after n half lifetime, and most of the time no one teaches you this, and this is a very long numerical question if you are going to solve it, but by this thumb rule it is in the seconds. Now I am starting with the first question that we are going to discuss today, and it is based on the graph, right? See the graph, the life I made colorful little bit. Okay, your life is becoming black and white now, okay, because of all the situations. So just try to put some color. Read the question. I think you all can read it very clearly. Here are the 4 different graphs, and you have to identify how many of these graphs represent to the zero order reaction. Dear students, more than one answers may be right. It is not like choose one correct answer, right? Here 4 choices are there. How many as you feel, right? You just write the answer. Take your time, and please in the chat box, right? Please write the answer. I can see whether you are learning or not. And dear students, we are working very hard for all of you, so that the time that is wasted, it must be used productively. So use this session, right? I think now the sufficient time is, I am going to discuss the answer. The question, zero order reaction. Which of the following graph represents the zero order reaction? The A, first one, in this case, the y coordinate is R and t coordinate is t is in the x-axis. Axis wise it is correct for the zero order reaction. Intercept is R naught, that is also correct, and slope is minus k, so it is again a correct answer, right? Now you don't need much time to waste here, right? What you can see here, what is the difference in A and B? T, R naught. The difference is here. Slope is equal to K. And you have seen in the equation that slope is equal to minus K. Otherwise, how we write? K is equal to minus slope. So this is wrong one. Here, x-axis represents to the logarithm. You can see here it is the natural log. So here, what is wrong? Here, the axis coordinate is wrong one. For the zero order, it is always R. So this is again a wrong answer. Now I'm coming to this one. Here, the y-axis is rate and t is the time. That means as the rate, this is x, that as the time passes, the rate of reaction, it remains same, and this is correct as it is independent to the concentration of the reactants. If all the other conditions, external factors are same, definitely the rate of reaction will same with change in the time. So two are the correct answers here, A and D. How many of you did correct? Please write. Please write in your notebook, right? Take the screenshot simultaneously and write it. It's for you. The class is running for you. And if you're understanding, no issue at all. But if you're not understanding, please write in the comments also. Very nice to see that some of you are solving it. Now the same kind of the question. Now you have understood how to solve the question. Tricks क्या है आपको? आपको दो चीजें देखनी है, right? You have to see what is written at the x and y axis. What is the nature of the graph, whether it's inclined or declined, whatever is, and what is the value of slope, right? So here also more than one answers may be correct, right? This is for the first order reaction. You have to identify which one is the, which are, I am not saying which one, which are the correct graphical representation for the first order. देखिए ये क्वेश्चंस जो आप देख के सॉल्व कर पाएंगे, आपको बहुत एफर्ट्स नहीं लगते, राइट? And both the CBSE as well as NEET and JEE, these type of the questions are asked, and 3 to 4 marks you are going to get very easily. Now here, see, now I'm going to discuss the answer. The first one, A, log R is in the y-axis and t is in the x-axis. That means axis coordinates or axis variables are correct, right? But it is the 10 base log, log I have written. I have not written the ln, right? And in this case, the A naught is also correct or R naught is also correct. The problem is in the slope value. The minus slope is equal to K upon 2.303. यहाँ पर गलती जो है, that is the mistake in the value of the slope. This is wrong expression. Now I'm taking the B, right? Here B, you can see ln. It's the natural log. The difference in both the graph is just the base of the log. This is the natural log. The log on the base of natural, and here it is on the base of 10. Log ln and t. In this case, the slope is minus k. This is absolutely right value. Now, the third one, I think if I have discussed A, you can come to the conclusion for the C also. Here, the mistake was in the 2.303. Here it is correct. And this one, log of R naught upon R, this is a new graph. Here, the slope is equal to minus K, 2.303. with respect to t. This is absolutely correct quantity. Here I have changed the coordinates r upon r naught. If it was, then the graph was declined. Here, since r naught upon r, that's why it's an inclined graph. Right? This was the new trick for the day. Clear? I think now these two type of the questions you can solve very easily. Right? In the graphical questions, you never get a question like to draw the graph. What you get, you have to identify or you have to write the values. Which quantity is represented by intercept and which quantity is represented by the slope of the graph. Got it? Easy? I think it's easy for all of you. Just you have to see the equation. Shall I move to the next question? Tired? No. With the energy, you all are the energy bundles. You all are my photons. You have the lots of energy. You know what happened? Photon has tried to take the advantage of this open session of the lockdown. As the trains are started now, he just tried to book, he has booked his ticket. Then he went out and he has just checked in the hotel. And the receptionist asked for to carry the luggage. What he said, I'm light, I travel. That means it's so light, it's full of energy that it doesn't need any kind of the assistance. And similar is with my students also. They are so energetic, they are so eager to learn, and every time they are learning with me, just a little bit catalysis or the excitation energy, activation energy is required, that I always provide, and I hope you must be learning. Okay, shall we move to next question? This is the latest change in the CBSE question paper format. Assertion and reason. Another type of the question and mostly wrongly attempted by students. They do the subjective question very well, but this is a new type of the questions they have never solved. Here, 4 choices are there, A, B, C, D, and for that instructions are always written. Generally, A, when your reason and assertion both correct. B, if assertion correct, reason wrong. C, if assertion is wrong and reason is right. And D, when both are wrong. This type of the question. I am just going to make you familiar with this. What is the assertion I have written? The first, second, and third half-life time for first order reaction is same. So just now I told you that this is correct. Reason what I have written, the half-life time period, right, of first order reaction is independent to the initial concentration. Both the things are right. Reason is also absolutely right and the assertion is also absolutely right. That means its correct answer will be A. Both reason as well as the assertion is correct. Right? Now, I think, do you remember the order of reaction? Second class, order of the reaction, that means whatever the powers you are writing on the terms of the concentration in the rate law. Okay? And this was an experimental quantity. This was not a theoretical quantity at all. Now see it. This is one question. Most of the students do this wrong. Although it's very easy, will commit the mistake that I will point out. A reaction is there, A2 plus B2 is equal to 2AB. 3 steps are given. A2 is dissociated into A plus A. A reacts with B2, forms AB, and again B is formed. This AB reacts to form AB. Here you have to find the order of the reaction. Here, you all know that the reaction depends, the order of reaction depends for the complex reaction only upon the slow step. That means first and second is cancelled out. First of all, you write the rate law for this. A2 plus B2 is equal to 2AB. right? What will be the rate law? Rate is equal to K. What is the reactant here? यही इस क्वेश्चन का राज छुपा हुआ. Here you do the mistake. How? Let's see. A2 stoichiometric coefficient is 1, no problem. B2. This is again 1 stoichiometric coefficient. If I have not written anything, it means it's 1. Now, first and last step, it is discarded since these are the first step. Now, only the second step, A plus B2 is equal to AB plus B is the slope step. Right? That means this is the rate determining step as it is slope. Now, what do you think? What should be its power? Shall I put here? It's 1 mole, 1, and 1 mole here, 1. Power X plus Y, order of reaction 2. Wrong. Here you are wrong. Please compare. What is the quantity here? It is A2, but here it is A. यही आप गलत करते हैं. बाकी आपको पावर दिखता है, आपको स्टोइकियोमेट्रिक कोफिशिएंट दिखते हैं. You all, when you prepare the chapter, definitely everybody knows that the powers are the order of the reaction. But here you forget that it is not actually your reactant. In the rate law, the reactant is A2. Right? What is the reactant? A2. Please make a big circle at this point in your notebooks like this. Don't try to make your notebook very tidy. Tidy notebook, not as much productive as is like this. And one more hint I just want to give you here. Whenever you start writing any chapter, always leave 2-3 pages at the beginning. For what purpose? For making the revision tool here. At the end, you don't know how many pages you need, right? That's why when you start any chapter, as you write the objective, after that you leave 2 pages. And the day any topic is taught, whatever the important things are, you just write for the revision, and this will be your best tool for one day before the examination. This was the hint for the day. This was the main important part. At the last day, you don't know how to revise your syllabus when you are in the tension during the exam, right? And this is going, even at the for the last day, you can just turn off the pages from your classwork notebook and can staple, and in the 5 minutes you can revise your entire syllabus. So whenever now you are writing any chapter, always and always the first 2 pages leave, and the day any chapter is taught or you are making the notes, the thumb rules, the important formula, you write there. Don't wait for the day the chapter is going to be end. No. Always one step daily is far more better than climbing on the last day, right? So here what you have seen that this is not present here, right? So what you will write here, you will write here 0. So what is the order of reaction? Now for this question, order of the reaction is 1. This is the power raised on this. Clear? बहुत सिंपल था, आप सबको पता था. You all know that this is the way to write the rate expression. I think now everybody can write the rate expression. Why I'm smiling, maybe some of you have not attended the classes, so please go back, see the videos once again. You will come to know the importance of everything, right? What is the importance of this chapter, how I progressed. That's why very slowly I am progressing, right? So this is the way to write the any reaction, right? K reactants and whatever the stoichiometric coefficients are that you write, but it's experimental. As by the mechanism you come to know actual coefficients are there. Here you can see only this is the slow step, but since A2 is not present here, it is A that is present here, right? So you will put the 0 here. and overall reaction will be the 1. With respect to A, its order will be 0. With respect to 2, its order will be 1. Overall also 1. Clear? I think now you will not do the mistakes, right? Everything was given. Just you have to see. आपको क्या करना था? आपको ये पता था 100 स्टेप में जो है उन्हीं की पावर्स का सम कर देना है. बस आपको देखना क्या था? That reactants are should be there. ये था आपके लिए. Clear? एक बार फिर कह रही हूं आपको टी हाफ पे आ जाइए. हाफ लाइफ टाइम. Very, very important. Most of the questions are asked from this integrated rate law and T relationship. Relationship between the normal equation, normal integrated rate law for zero order and first order. The most important is for the first order and its relation with the half lifetime. Clear? Shall I move with a new question? Now, two methods are here for this question. Please, first of all, I'm reading the question, right? For a first order reaction, right, 50% first order reaction completes in the 120 minutes. Calculate the time for the 90% completion of the reaction. What are the things given here? Whenever you solve any question, the very important things where you come to the clue, it is from the given quantities. What is given here? A reaction completes 50% in the 120 minutes. This is the definition of the T half. T half is equal to 120 minutes. What you have to find? The time for the completion of reaction by 90%. 90% reaction completion का मतलब मैं आपको समझा देती हूँ. Sometimes you do the mistake here. This means the initial concentration is 100 and in the given time interval T, 90 part of this converts into the product. Right? The value of X is here 90. It is not. Here you do the mistake. Directly sometimes you write the 90. This is the 90% completion. The reaction has completed 90%. That means 90% of the reactant is converted into the product. So what will be left? That is not converted. So 100 minus 90. A minus X. And for this question only, in the beginning, I have written the formula. Nothing useless I talk during the sessions. Everything that I talk, it is always and always associated with your subject learning, right? It's sometimes very useful. In the very short way, I revise the things. So one concept that I wanted to impart here, A minus X will be 10. Capital A, small a, R, C, whatever writing, right? C, A at the time interval T, A, T2, everything will be 10, right? ये पहला clue था that I wanted to teach you. Now, I'm telling you how within the 30 seconds, it's my promise, this question will be solved in the 30 seconds in the NEET and JEE exam. How? See here, the 90% means 10 by 3 half lifetime period. The time to complete 90% of the reaction is 10 by 3 to the T half, right? So what will be here? T is equal to 10 by 3. What is the time for this? Minute for minute. I think it's not the 30 seconds also. Hardly the 10 seconds I have used. क्या करना है आपको? इसीलिए मैंने इसको लिखा था. This is the use of this. Please, you remember this, and as you are going to solve the questions, definitely you don't need to recite it. If you are going for the questions, definitely you will learn it. Half minute, 3 or 4 marks in the competitive exam, right? Half, rather I must say 15 seconds maximum needed. क्या करना था आपको? What was the need? The question says T half is the 120 minute. Now you have to find the time period that is required to complete the reaction by 90%. And from the T half concept, you know that T 90% is equal to 10 by 3 times of the T half. Right? Clear? क्या किया आपने? डायरेक्टली आपने फॉर्मूले को वैल्यू रख दी, राइट? बट इफ इट इज द सीबीएसई एग्जाम, it's a 5-mark question or 3-mark question, you need to write it systematically, right? The long method is you. So this is for your competitive exams. Generally, even I don't teach it in my regular classes also, but I know now lots of viewers are there and they are preparing for the competitive exam. That's why this is the trick I taught here, right? Easy kar diya so that you get motivated, right? If you are motivated, definitely learning will be the best. Now I'm coming for the CBSE, right? What is the long way? Because in the CBSE, the marks are always allotted for the each and every step, right? How you have to solve? Again, what you have to find? The T, right? 90% completion, right? You have to use the relation of T half and integrated rate law that I just told you. T half is equal to 0.693 upon K, right? From here, you can find the value. K is equal to 0.693 divided by 120, that is the T half. Okay, I'm going to take one more step. 0.693 upon 120. And this is just one trick to all of you. Don't solve it here. Sometimes when we substitute the value in the main formula, it very easily gets cancelled out. That's why I'm telling you, don't waste your time to solve it here. It's 0.693 divided by 120. You have to multiply it with a 10 power. That is going to take the time. So leave it here, right? Just remember this value. Now, what you have to use? You have to find out the T, time for the completion. This is equal to T, formula याद कीजिए, ये सामने आपके formula है, right? T is equal to 2.303 upon K log A naught upon A, or best I write it as the A minus X for this particular question. In the beginning, I taught you that X is the 90, right? The 90% of the reactant is converted into the product. So what will be the value here? 10. The A naught will be 100. Wherever the percentage based questions are there, that means we are discussing with respect to the 100, right? So with respect to the 100, if I'm going to do it, definitely A naught will be 100. T is equal to 2.303. What you are going to write here? 0.693 multiplied. Now this K, this will go to the upper side, 120 log 100 upon 10. This will be 10. T is equal to 2.303, 0.693 into log 120 log 10. The value of log 10 is 1. You need not to recite or just go for a mug-up of values of log. It's always given in the question. Whatever the values of logs are there, always it is given in the question. You never need, right? So here T is equal to 2.303, 0.693 into 120. Log 10 is equal to 1. From here, you will see the value will come again 400. right? If you will divide, the answer is going to be the 400. So this is the trick, this is the way how we solve, and you have seen we are going to use both the formula. This relationship, most of the question, 99% questions, even in the CBSE exam, the 5-mark questions are always in the option. The first question is always based on this one, and the second is on the basis of the temperature dependency of the reactant. Any doubt to anyone? Right. For the experiment, for the competitive exams where you don't need to write all these, of course, one thing I left, the unit, half marks you are going to lose for that. So you cannot afford to lose the half marks also. So always write the answer with the unit, right? Half mark. If in the 30 questions you are going to lose half marks, that means 15 marks will be less, and you cannot afford. And you all know it's given in there, right? For the shorthand method, what I did, I have just compared the T half was given 50% completion. It was not mentioned as the T half, but 50% it was there. And this 50% is always the T half, right? So for the first, and the question was asked for the 90, I have compared it with the 10 by 3. And then in the second way, first I calculated the value of k, then substituted the value of k and solved the question. Now next, very important question I am taking. सिर्फ orally discuss करेंगे, यहाँ पर भी इसको theoretically करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. For a first order reaction, the first order reaction completes 90% in the 10 minutes. Find the time for 99%. यहाँ से देखिए, this is double, right? For the 90% completion, if the T half is if the time, this complete time is 10, it's a double will be for the 99%. That means, of course, it is going to be 20 minutes, right? Hardly 5 seconds. And if you will see the question like this, whenever it comes in the exams, you feel it's very, very difficult, right? But for competitive exams, it is for the fraction of minutes, right? For the 90% completion, the time is given and you are asked for the 99%. And when you are going for CBSE exam, how you will solve it? First, from the 90%, you will find the T half, right? And then from the T half, you will calculate the value of k, and again you will do in this way for the 99%. Is it? Now I'm moving to another type of the question. And this is again a short tip. फटाफट करते हैं so that our time is used. The tabular data is given, right? For a chemical reaction, N2O5 is equal to twice NO2 plus half O2, right? Some data is given, right? You have to find out what is the order of reaction, and you have to calculate the time, half-life time, right? आपको बिना कैलकुलेशन किए करना पहले सिखा देती हूँ, राइट? और यहीं से आप सीखेंगे बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट ट्रिक. The time N2O5, you don't know if the question is little bit changed, that in the question it is written, show that it is a first type reaction. If it is like, the question is like, what is the order of reaction? See, twice NO2 plus half O2. And here, when T is equal to 0, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 2, T is equal to 300, the concentration has become 0.8 into 10 to the power minus 2, of course, mole liter inverse, right? T is equal to 600, right? 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 2. First shortcut method I'm going to tell you, and then I will tell you the how to calculate. What the change you are seeing? Beginning of the reaction, the concentration is 1.6. Units are, the 10 powers are always same everywhere. No need to calculate. 1.6 to 0.8. How much percentage is changed into the product? You can see it's 50%. Half of the this is that. So what changes here? It is 50%, right? Again, 0.8 to the 0.4. Please, it's very, very simple. If you have to do in the long way, very lengthy question, but shortcut. 50% अगेन आपको देख रहा है इतना मैथ्स आपको आता है 8 का हाफ जो होता है वो 4 होता है 16 का हाफ ओके एवरीवेयर डेसिमल्स आर देयर आई हैव रिमूव्ड इट राइट इफ द सेम डेसिमल प्रॉपर्टी इज देयर नो नीड टू पुट दैट 16 8 4 very easily visible 16 it's 50% is the 8 and 50% of 8 is the 4. Please see here, I'm regularly using the term percent, not 50, right? It's 50 volume is not used, right? How much percentage, right? Here it's 8 and here it's 4, but the percentage is same 50% and 50%, right? Whenever this is, please remember, बहुत ध्यान से सुनिएगा सारा chemical kinetics, all the learning of my chemical kinetics I have used here, right? Whenever for the same time interval, the time interval is also same. You can see here 0 to 300 minutes and 300 minutes or second, whatever the unit I have taken in the question, 300 to 600. That means here also the time period is 300, here also the time period is 300. Similar time interval, similar percentage decomposes. This is always and always first order reaction. This is the very characteristic feature of the first order reaction. In the case of first order reaction, it's 50%, it may be 20% also, right? If the same percentage decreases in the same time interval, always and always, right? The rate of the order of the reaction will be, what will be the order of reaction? First order. I will very easily sum up it for the zero order also. You must compare, right? दूसरा पार्ट जो क्वेश्चन का था, find the first, the half lifetime, right? What is happening here? 50% is completing here, right? That means the half lifetime period is again 30 seconds. Here also 50% is completed, right? 8 to 4, right? What has been done? The 50% has completed, and this is the definition of the half lifetime period. And the very important thing that in the beginning I revised that the initial concentration does not make any difference in the half lifetime. This also you can see here. Here the initial concentration is this. Here the initial concentration is this, but the half lifetime period is same. Do you think this kind of the table can be used for the zero order reaction? No. The correct explanation, correct data I'm using for the correct answer. How to do in the CBSE exam, that trick also I'm going to give you. First of all, right, you have to find out this is called the rate constant method of determining the order of the reaction. You have to find out the value of K, right? For the first case, went from T0 to the 300, right? In the very short, I'm telling you, K is equal to 2.303 upon 300 log of, right? What is the log? Initial concentration here, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 2, here 0.8. This cancelled out. Here K is equal to 2.303 upon 300 log of 2. Value must be given. Okay, value will be given here. No need to be worried about this. And its value, log 2 value, I always remember, it is 0.3010, right? You need not to recite it. Okay, and its value is going to, let it be here. Okay, I'm just going to calculate it. Its value is going to come about to 0.00231. You have the calculator, you can use it. Then K2, use the same formula, right? 2.303. Again, the change 300, 600, T2 minus T1, जो मैंने आज शुरू में लिखा था formula, T2 minus T1, 600 minus 300, again 300, or you can use it for the primary to secondary also. Any formula you can use. 300 log. In this case, if you are taking 300, the initial concentration will be this 0.8 into 10 to the power minus 2. And now you can see why I was not solving this at the moment. Again, you can see this is the value 2 here. Again, K2 is equal to 2.303 upon 300 log 2. यहाँ और यहाँ दोनों ही जगह k की वैल्यू क्या आ रही है? सेम. एंड फ्रॉम विच फॉर्मूला इट इज कमिंग सेम? इट इज कमिंग सेम फ्रॉम द फॉर्मूला ऑफ द फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन, राइट? सो फॉर द CBSE एग्जाम this is the right method. Now you have calculated the value of k. From here you will use the formula k T half is equal to 0.693, and for the shortcut trick this you can apply for. So with this, I have used both the methods. I have for my calculation, whatever is your exam, accordingly you use, right? Here, it was very vigilant to me. That's why I was not calculating. I was knowing the trick. That's similarly, okay, save your time here also. And I hope you have learned here the same, all the concepts. For the zero order reaction, I just want to tell you here, if it is the case of zero order reaction, I know the time is going past, but you can compare with the zero order here very easily. Otherwise, you can't compare, right? 40 is the concentration, time 0, 10 minutes, 20, 30, right? 10 to 30, right? Then 20 and 10, right? In this case, you can see its percentage is not same. The amount is same. This is the basic difference whenever you compare it for the zero order and the first order. Whenever the same time interval, okay, in the same time interval, the amount is same. Here the amount is 10. Here is also the amount is 10, and here is also the amount is 10. But it's not the 10%. The 10% of this 4 is 4, then it will be here different quantity. And okay, if 10 is changed here, if it's the same percentage, that is going to be a different quantity here, right? For the zero order reaction, how you have to see the amount, how much is changing. If the same amount is decreasing in the same interval, it is a zero order reaction. If the same percentage decrease is there, what the word I am focusing, the same percentage is decreasing, the order will be 1, right? So these were the very important tricks for the day, right? Next day we will learn some more ideas. The whatever the left out part of is the chemical kinetics. Thank you. Learn and please solve the question. Hope you all are enjoying, and please keep learning, solve all the questions, NCERT as well as all the other sources. Definitely you will be benefited, right? Please do the respect of your valuable time, because at the end you have to appear in the exam, and the very valuable, precious time you are going to use in the productive way, you will be benefited. If you are wasting it, your hands will be empty. Thank you. Best of luck. Keep learning.